Hello, in today's video you'll see me completing these wings for Ben Buckle's Super 60, a model that I'm helping Andrew complete by way of penance as I crushed his last one. Sorry Andrew. And you'll also see me installing the Aileron servo using a combination of traditional techniques but also a nifty bit of kit from Thingiverse, some 3D printing. So get your favourite tipple in hand, sit back and enjoy some creativity. Hello folks, and welcome back to the building of this Super 60 Ben Buckle kit. I'm doing this build in form of penance for a club member, Andrew. I crashed his last model, so I've put the wings together. Now in the last video I built one of the wings up. I've obviously repeated that and done the other one, and I've started the process of joining to the middle section. Now it's got a very low dihedral because it's an Aileron wing. It's only 1/2 inch dihedral at each tip, and what I'm going to do today is complete this covering of this area with balsa. You'll notice that it's going to be bolted on. There are dowels in the front, bolted on rather than the traditional elastic bands. And I'm also going to install the ailerons, servos. There's going to be a hatch here. I've got the access holes for the cable, and I'll do that in this video as well. So buckle up, favourite tipple in hand, let's get cracking. So that pulls in rather neatly and it fastens down with these two bolts, nylon. The idea is if the nylon, the break rather than the model does. That never works, not unless you saw halfway through the nylon, which sort of defeats the purpose of having the bolts on. But anyway, I'll sort of lock them up. I've got to cover this in some sheeting, so that's the sort of thing I'm looking for. It'll be sheeted all the way back, so I'm going to do a little bit of fettling and trimming to get the sheet to fit all the way back. I think I might insert a plywood plate here to take the force of the bolts. So let's get cracking. Well, you can see I've started the process of laying the sheet on. I've used CA for the edges and PVA glue for the centre. And I'm just carrying on here, but I've got to this point and I think I'm going to put a plywood insert here just to allow some crush resistance on the balsa, because the bolts will crush it. And the other thing I'm going to do is I need to take this down just a tad so that it flushes in, I think. So I'll get some plywood and then we'll get that insert put in. Right, I've cut some plywood out here. I'm going to sear this on simply because I want a nice quick bond. Cut the end of that. And when it's everything's been done, I'll drill through from the other side. Okay. There we go. I'll finish this off with some balsa. Get that cut. A little bit more taken off there. There we go. We'll get this glued in place. PVA once again in the centre and on the solid wood parts. And I'll use the CA along the edge. See, it's good at sticking fingers, isn't it? And a little piece to add at the back. And then it's time to turn my attention to the ailerons. Get that cut, get it stuck on, and then ailerons next. Okay then, the basic wing has now been completed, so it's time to turn my attention to the aileron location here, and I need to mount the ailerons in a plate that can be removed for maintenance, etc., and for the installation. Now traditionally you would do that using wooden blocks like this that you drill, glue to the plate, and these are what's left from the plane that I managed to pile in that belonged to Andrew. So obviously that's one way of doing it, but I've got a 3D printer sitting here and I thought I would make use of it. And what I've come up with, what I found on Thingiverse, is this really neat servo mount. I've printed it in PLA. Now, those little slots in the side are really clever. They hold a hexagonal nut, and the holes take M3 bolts. So you just tighten down, drop the nut into there, and then tighten down. It's got a perforated rear plate so that when this is glued onto the plywood outer plate, the glue will go into these holes and get a really firm grip. That's how I'm going to do it anyway. And then the servo obviously mounts in like that. Really clever solution to an issue. Okay, now let's turn our attentions to a little bit of the woodworking. At the moment, that's going to be the bay. I've got a solid structure there, solid there, but these aren't so good, obviously. But what I'm going to do is edge this, give it a surround for the plate to sit onto, and in the corners I'll put some plywood so that you've got something to screw them into. So let's get cracking. I'll get some wood cut, we'll get the framing done, and then we'll proceed to get the ailerons installed. Well, at this point, for some reason, there's no sound, so I'll try and explain what I'm doing here. So that's the cover for the aileron servo. I've made it out of some thin ply. In fact, I had to double it up and make 2 layers. Got a nice, neat fit. Now, in the corners, I'm showing you here, some lightweight ply. I think it's about 6 or 7 mil thick, and I'm going to mark off the position of this plate so that when these gussets are added, the plate stays flush. Now you could just put them in and glue them, in which case you would have to put some sort of protection so that the two don't become glued together. Ask me how I know. Exactly. So I'm gluing these in place now, and I'm using CA super glue, and that enables or allows me to hold them in the position I want, going off the marks, and I know they're going to be correct. So one in each corner, and these will take the screws that will hold the servo and the plate in place. Now here you can see this is a 3D printed servo mount that I found on Thingiverse. And basically, you've just got to make sure that you don't impede the parts that you're gluing in. You glue them in and then you can't fit the thing in. It's happened to me before. So I'm just cleaning them up here, adding the super glue along the edge, and I'll put 4 of these in each corner. And then I'm going to add another piece in between each to make a ledge so that that servo is mounted nice and firmly when the screws are put in. I managed to not to glue myself to the insides, which was rather good at this point. And I'm going to continue adding a ledge all the way around to support the entire plate, as you'll see now. There we have it. That's the plywood support frame, and this fits in neatly now. So the next task will be to glue the 3D print onto here, making sure I orientate it the right way around. Clamp it, glue it, let the glue ooze through, and looking at where this horn is, excuse me, hinges, I may actually change these. I want the horn to be in this location, so I need to orientate the servo tray in that manner. I'll get this glued up. It'll be time for something to eat. When I've come back, that should have set, and we can carry on with the installation. So there we have the plate mounted, and the epoxy's got a really strong grip due to the positioning of these holes. So that's in place. Next thing is to get the servo locked on, and that's achieved by using M3 bolts, and you simply put them through and then drop the nut in. You just got to get it in the right position, put them in, tighten them up. But before I do that, I'm going to cut out a slot here for the servo arm to go through, which obviously needs rotating around. So I'll mark off the position, put a nice slot in there, take the bolt out. I'll cut the slot in there, and then when we turn it round, it'll be in the right position. Get that done, and then I'll pop back. Well, there you go. Servo in place, slot cut out. I've drilled some holes to take these servo screws, feed the extension cable through here. I I think this will need to be lengthened actually. Yeah, we're going to run a little bit short, so that would need to be taken a little bit further out. Just screw these in. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'm going to post a similar video in this link that'll appear here, so you can always look at another approach to wing construction. If you've enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It all helps the algorithms. And subscribe if you haven't already done so. And you know what I say at the end of these videos, for those of you who are regulars. If you can get flying, do so. If you can't, then why not get creative and enjoy the hobby, even when conditions don't allow. There we go. And zoom in. Final shot. Take care, folks. Bye now.